If you're not on TikTok, then you might not know, but the app went absolutely wild for this picture of Kendall Jenner courtside at a basketball game wearing what appears to be leather trousers and a basic white tank top. This top in particular is now being called the trend of the summer. According to TikTok, it's the key to a good summer outfit. It's appeared in all of the minimal clean girl outfit inspo posts. And it's clear we've absolutely lost our minds. Before we get into this video and break down the origin of this trend and then talk about why I want you to be de-influenced by it, firstly, I want to say welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Katie. I talk about sustainable fashion in the context of a lot of other things happening on social media. And I'd love it if you could subscribe to the channel and follow me on all my other social medias if that sounds good to you and you enjoy this video. Also, before we get into it, in place of doing an ad or a sponsored by section, I just want to say a massive shout out to my Patreon subscribers who help fund the channel. You are amazing, and I've got a new video coming out soon on how I turned this denim dress into a very fitted silhouette on me. I can't wait to share with you guys. So if that sounds interesting to you, then make sure you're following me on there. And with that, let's get into it. For those of you who aren't on TikTok, let's break down the origin of this trend first, because you might be asking, how is a white tank top the trend of the summer? Well, okay, like I mentioned, the courtside pic of Kenny and also the bathroom selfie she shared with Kylie is what kind of caused this entire thing to become a conversation. Both pictures went viral and people were immediately jumping on Kendall's perfect white tank and asking where she got it from and basically saying that it was really minimal and chic. Immediately people started asking, well, where is this exact tank top from? And this TikTok is the one I traced back that started the rumor it was a Hanes little boy's vest that sold at Walmart, I believe. The one I'm putting on screen now is the one people believe Kendall Jenner was wearing. It's a pretty basic pack of 5 vests, 50% cotton, 50% polyester. There's really nothing special about it. Having done my research around this trend, I'm pretty sure most people are convinced this is the white tank top, but as TikTok tends to do, there's been a lot of other people coming out trying to one up each other, trying to say like, no, this is the perfect white tank top, forget that one, you need to be buying this one instead. And one of the biggest alternatives I've seen is from Brandy Melville, although I think this is just more evolved into the fact that they have a lot of perfect basics and people have been talking about that a lot. But this part of the trend has been causing people to line up outside Brandy Melville stores for hours before they open, and like lines have been around the block. It's quite funny that this is how I found out about the trend, not even directly referencing Kendall, but just like the dupe or the better alternative of the Walmart one that everyone's jumping on. I guess it's not really a dupe because the Brandy Melville ones are more expensive, but yeah, this is like literally how I entered this entire big thing, because like I've been saying, this is a big thing. People are calling the tank tops the trend of the summer. They've been christened the perfect clean girl must-have, minimal, effortless, staple wardrobe essential. And the amount of TikToks I've seen of people saying like, I was influenced and it's worth it, just about that Hanes vest in particular, is crazy. And okay, I hear your skepticism, because since when is a tank top a new must-have item that everyone's suddenly rushing out for? And that's been the center of a lot of controversy on TikTok that we're gonna get into in a little bit. But even more than that, this isn't a new thing Kendall's been doing. She's been papped a couple of times in these exact same tank tops, and those shots go back 2 or 3 years. So I'm not sure why it was this one picture of her courtside that caused this entire thing, but here we are. We're now being sold Kendall's exact tank top as the perfect thing you have to have for summer 2025. I mean, you can hear the skepticism in my voice. I'm really not sure how an entire trend and mood board and vision for the summer was born out of one bathroom selfie by the Kardashians. But, and at the risk of sounding like an archaeologist piecing together a historic event, there was also a viral video that predated this entire thing with Kendall, talking about the white tank top theory, which I believe laid the groundwork for this trend being the look of the summer.
I live by something that I call white tank top theory. If you're in the room in a white tank top and you're still one of the flyest people in the room, you're really that girl.
It's got all the staples of making a classic TikTok trend, romanticizing a particular style, making it about what that clothing says about you, and also tying your identity and betterness to others to what you're wearing. So I don't know if we would have had a white tank top summer without Kendall Jenner, but this is where we are now. Kendall is the face of this new trend, and now we understand that, we need to get onto the de-influencing you from buying this thing and also the deeper cultural analysis of it. I don't don't think it needs to be said, but I'm going to say it anyway. You don't need to own the exact same tank top a Kardashian is wearing for your wardrobe to be complete. You probably already have a variation of the white tank vest top wife beater in your wardrobe. For example, I already have a white halter neck, which I like the look of a little bit more than those white tank tops with the like rounded. And clearly this is what I gravitated towards before this became a trend. The fact that it's Topshop should give you an indication of how long I've owned it. And yeah, I literally bring it out every summer. I also have this super cute broderie anglaise vest top, which is just perfect for summer again. It's really lightweight, it's sheer like the Hanes tank top is, and that's what everyone's kind of going crazy for the style of too. But I also like how that texture gives me a little bit of an extra something. And like I said, I'm sure you have something in your wardrobe that will work for this. And if you do want to be a part of this trend, then make what you already have in your wardrobe work for it and come up with something a little bit different. I mean, why do we all want to be dressing the exact same? Making a basic white tank top trend is one thing, but making the exact tank top that Kendall is wearing an integral part of the trend is, I think, a step too far. It's a little bit insane. It's just an excuse for overconsumption, and I think it's going to quickly become predated on TikTok as the trend cycle moves on really quickly, meaning that we're probably going to see floods of these on Depop and Vinted and other resale sites in like 6 months. I mean, maybe not, because the white vest is a classic and it's been around for ages, so people might keep them in their wardrobes. But like I said, you probably already have a style that works for it, and if you don't, then I think you should ask yourself why you don't own this already. This is something I think about every time there's a new trend, and I immediately get the thought, oh, should I buy into this? I seem to like it. I ask myself, why haven't I already bought this in my wardrobe? Why am I just now wanting to buy it when TikTok thinks it's cool? And sometimes the answer to that is, oh, my style has changed since the last time I thought about this item, and I now think it will work more with the clothes I own or the lifestyle I have. Or maybe I couldn't think of ways to wear it and I didn't think it suited me, but you found a load of inspo that you think will work and you're ready to incorporate it into your outfits. Those are valid reasons, and there are a multitude of valid reasons why you might not have bought this item before. I'm just not sure a white tank top is gonna fall into a lot of these arguments. I mean, they're not hard to style. They can work with almost everything you already own. So I think it'd be pretty hard to convince yourself that you have always wanted this and you haven't been influenced by TikTok, especially if you're trying to convince yourself that you should buy the viral one that everyone's saying is the Kendall Jenner one because it's the perfect neckline or whatever. It's so basic. There's no distinguishing features that make this the perfect one. And it's not exactly a style that you discover on TikTok in a way. I mean, vest tops are so common. We've had so many pop culture references to them before Kendall Jenner. And that's something many people have been pointing out on TikTok. The fact that this style has been popular forever. People have been wearing it casually for a while, so it's not exactly a TikTok trend. And that it's especially been popular in the black and brown community. And people are worried it's going to give justification for retailers to raise the prices of these styles because they're Kendall coded now. They've also raised valid comments about the fact that this style was given the romanticized clean girl approval only after Kenny has worn it, and tied that into fashion colonialism debates. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this because that is a video that I want to cover and talk about and get more perspectives on. So yeah, comment below. And if you fancy talking to me for that video, then pop it in your comment or DM me on Instagram. Okay, so TLDR, you don't need to buy this specific white vest top for summer just because it seems like Kendall Jenner is wearing it. And if you don't already own a white vest top or some variation of it, then I'd seriously consider not buying one because it sounds like you've been influenced. And there's no shame in that. I've done so many videos talking about how persuasive TikTok culture can be and how it really influences our shopping habits. So if that sounds like a good topic for you to dig into further, then I'm going to put some video recommendations on the screen right now. But okay, with all that being said, if you are still thinking about buying a white vest top, maybe you already have plans, or maybe you do think it will genuinely be perfect for your wardrobe and you still want to be mindful about your shopping habits and make sure you're getting the right thing, then I have some tips. For one thing, I recommend buying a style that stands out from the rest and from the really popular style right now. This is because I do think that the one Kendall is wearing and the one everyone is rushing to buy right now will feel too TikTok trendy in like a month or so and just become really oversaturated and, you know, feel a bit too online-y. So what I'd recommend instead is analyzing what you do like about the Kendall Jenner version and then trying to find one that has that element that you like, but also something cool. Like for example, I'm going to hold up my my broderie on glaze one again because I really like the texture of it. I think it just gives the outfit a little bit more. It's really comfortable. It's also 100% cotton, which is something I really value in my wardrobe. Maybe it's not something you value in yours, but yeah, I know that the Hanes one is 50% polyester, which means that I wouldn't want to buy it for that reason, even if I was being influenced by this trend. My halter neck one is like a ribbed fabric, which I think again just adds like a little bit of something. I also think you can do something a little bit less subtle, like getting one with a logo on the top. I think those are really, really cute. And if I was to buy another white tank top, then I think I'd buy something like that. But yeah, I'll pop some other inspiration on screen, which I think offers a little bit more of an elevated take on the tank top and, you know, will just feel like a little bit extra. I know that I talked about this as a trend in my latest spring summer trends video and how elevated basics are going to be big in the coming years. I also want to tie it back to my tariffs video I did recently, talking about how brands have been investing in a timeless trend narrative because they don't want to be worrying about seasonal trendy stock. So they're really pushing classic looks. And I think the white vest top is a perfect example of this. So I'm not sure if it's big fashion kind of influencing this narrative even more. I've certainly seen a lot of headlines talking about the viral tank top, you know, making the trend go further. So that's my little conspiracy theory for this video. But yeah, I think with that, that's all my thoughts on the must-have trend of the season this summer. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the trend itself or anything we've discussed. Quick reminder, make sure to subscribe to the channel, to like the video, to follow me on my other social medias, and to join the Patreon if you want to. And with that, have a lovely day and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.